this problem that's on the board. What factoring method might you use? Here. Greatest common factor. What do we have in common in both terms?
4n squared.
4n
3 into the third.
cubed. 4n cubed. Remember when we do greatest common factor, that's like dividing each term, in our case, by 4n to the third power. So 4n to the fourth divided by 4n to the third is?
I don't know. Can you tell me?
1n, or just n. 8n cubed divided by 4n cubed is? Negative 2.
Good job, right?
So this is our factored answer. What if I give you this problem, 9n squared minus 16?
I don't know.
What do we call that? You're on the right track. Difference.
Different squares. Yeah.
Difference of squares. Now, how do we know if something is a difference of squares?
Does that mean divide by one number and then the same number? Like 3 times 3?
You take the square root of a number, so they're perfect squares. Yes, that's correct. They have to be perfect squares. What else? There are 3 things. There.
It has to have subtraction.
Has to have subtraction and
Well,
Has to have a higher or
division.
2 terms. Has to have 2 terms. Has to have perfect squares, has to have subtraction, and has to have 2 terms. So in order to do difference of squares, we'll set up 2 parentheses side by side. And we'll take the square root of each term. What is the square root of 9n squared?
3.
3n. And the square root of 16 is 4. Now what about signs?
One's negative, one's positive.
Very good. One's negative and one's positive. Doesn't matter which is which.
It looks like a little box though.
It is the box method. Now, I want you to be careful because I want you to also look for greatest common factor first. If there is a greatest common factor, we need to perform that before we do our box. I don't think there is a greatest common factor here. So, go ahead and set up your box. In the top left-hand corner, we'll put 6x squared. In the bottom right-hand corner, we'll put our last term, negative 15. So we're looking for 2 numbers that multiply to what? Negative what?
90.
How'd you get negative 90, Emily?
6 times negative 15.
You got it. 6 times negative 15 is negative 90. We need to multiply. We want those same 2 numbers that multiply to negative 90 to add to
-1.
negative
10 and 9.
Very good. Negative 10 and 9 are the 2 factors. So negative 10x. We have 9x. Now we will find the greatest common factor in each column and in each row. In the first column, what is the greatest common factor?
2x.
2x. Second column,
3.
3. First row,
3x.
second row,
-5.
negative 5. So 2x plus 3, and we have 3x minus 5. It's coming back to you now?
No. Yeah, this is not sure.
Yeah, it is.
First color, don't concentrate.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Zach started healing this morning. Look at the glasses.
Yeah, don't make fun of me.
What? Don't look at me. I said they're hot.
Okay, good. You know I'm recording, right?
Oh, Zach, now they're gonna know. They're like, look at Zach Barrett.
How about 4 terms? terms, the method are we gonna do for 4 terms?
Grouping.
We're gonna group the first 2 terms, we're gonna group the last 2 terms. Now I went ahead and added the opposite and made that 5 a negative just to keep the sign with the 5. Right here, went ahead and added the opposite, make sure that 5 stayed negative. Alright, so now we're gonna do greatest common factor in the first group. What is the greatest common factor?
X squared.
X squared. What do we have left when we factor out an x squared?
Minus 2.
How about the second group when we do greatest common, or what is our greatest common factor?
5.
5 or negative 5? Negative 5. Why negative 5?
Because there's a negative right there, I can see it.
First term is negative, so we want to take out a negative 5. So we divide each term by a negative 5, we're left with x minus 2. Now remember, these parentheses have to be the same in grouping. We want them to be the same in order to do our next step. We have x minus 2 in common, so we'll take that out. When we take out x minus 2, we have left x squared minus 5. Okay, so we've done one example of each type of factoring. Remember, it's not all cookie cutter factoring. You're going to have to use some reasoning skills. Why might I use box method? Why is this one a difference of squares? Use what you know about each skill, each factoring method, in order to help you factor. What I need you right now to do